Brad Oliver's with us, former Texas Ranger, now teaches active shooter response. You and I talked a bunch during the week of Uvalde, Brad. I'm trying to figure out why we have yet to have an honest accounting of what happened and what went wrong.
Yeah, Leland, thank you for having me. I think the biggest thing you have to realize is if you remember back a year ago today when the governor of the state of Texas was saying some information and then the next day he had to retract some of that. So I don't think they ever want that to ever happen again. I believe they're going to make sure that they're going to have the facts, all the facts there before they release this. They do not want that to happen again, is give wrong information and then have to get back on national television and say, hey, what I told you yesterday was wrong. This is what we found out.
I hear you. I also hear that the 9/11 Commission, it only took a couple of years. We're talking about one event in one school with one situation. It feels like there's a lot of things that are still being held and not available to the public. I'm talking about videos and radio transmissions and all that kind of stuff that could be released that aren't. But rather than looking backwards, if we look forwards, I think about what Steve McGraw said a couple of days after the shooting about the police response. Take a listen.
You don't have to have a leader on the scene. Every officer lines up, stacks up, goes and finds where those rounds are being fired at and keeps shooting until the subject is dead, period.
Have things changed for police since Uvalde, or is it still up to just the courage of whatever officers happen to show up? And, I guess the obvious answer would be Nashville, where the officers did exactly the right thing.
Absolutely. Nashville is the greatest example of what is supposed to happen. And if you saw that one officer that arrives on the scene, he takes charge, right? He's directing people. He's telling people, I need 3 people, everybody here now, let's go, let's go, let's go. He is directing. So if there is anything that's going to change that came out of Uvalde, if there's any silver lining that we could look at, no police agency, no police officer is ever going to want them to be referenced as, well, you responded like Uvalde. If you've seen it time and time again with these mass shooters that we've had since Uvalde, where the police officers are absolutely going straight to the evil person that's armed with a gun, and they're stopping that threat immediately is what they're doing. So yes, things have definitely changed since Uvalde.
Yeah, that's a great point. I guess we all hoped it would have changed after Columbine, but Uvalde and the directness of sort of seeing what the police did or didn't do has been searing for sure. Brad, I appreciate you being here as always. Thank you. It's a great conversation. As Brad said, may the 21 who died have not died in vain. Tonight, we remember them. We remember just how sad those days in Uvalde were, how sad the days in Uvalde continue to be for the families of all of these victims. May their memory be a blessing, and we'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.